Hello and good evening to the international friendly between the India under-17 and Uzbekistan under-17. And they have already played a match here a couple of days back. That was at Tilak Maidan, and it was an exquisite victory by the Indians when they beat them, the Uzbekistan travelling side, by 2-0. And welcome to one of the best tourist destinations in India, the sun-kissed beaches with the pristine and lovely. And here's the Indian team arriving. Bibiano Fernandes has got all his boys absolutely charged up. And what a great performance the other day. Van Lelpeka, the skipper, and Lalfek Lua, just 15 years of age, showed that much of maturity to score that brilliant second goal. Kept his cool, his poise. And here's the starting lineup. India changing their formation from the 4-3-3 that they played in the last match to the 4-2-3-1. Sahil, Ricky, Suraj, Balkaran, he comes in place of Malan Gamba. And of course, Manjot Singh Dhami is a very good central defender. The skipper, Van Lelpeka, Tani Mitei, the holding midfielder, Koru Singh, he's been revelation, absolutely. And Thanglal Sun Gangte with Lalfek, he got a goal, and Ashish today in the role of holding midfielder. They've got a very good bench as well. And Bibiano Fernandes, thrice he has led the age group teams to the tournament finals or the tournament proper. And here the travelling side, the White Wolves, Uzbekistan. His coach would be happy to see his boys come back excellently today. Jamaluddin Rakhmatullayev. His boys didn't do well. Could be the travelling, could be the side was not in exactly match fit or match ready condition. But here they've got a day of practice, and today the coach has made 4 changes with Usmanov, Turgunoyev, Mirkobilov and Ikrumov making way. Here's the starting lineup, and they are going with a 4-3-3 formation. Nubanov, Abriev, he comes in. Shukurullayev, the great working left wing back. Saidov, he is a great scorer. Mukhtarov, Zumatov, the right wing back. Yukutov, Remov, he holds the midfield. Urman Zhonev, Olimov and Abdullayev, these 2 central defenders, they were beaten yesterday by the sheer speed of the Blue Coals. And it's going to be excellent because all the 23 players are on the bench of both the sides. And this being an international friendly, both the coaches would certainly have the option to test all those players on the bench and give some game time. Here's Churchill Alamau, the one who has championed the cause of Indian football. And Churchill Brothers, his club, the I-League, they've done so very well. Great legacy for this club. Section of the crowd here is a late evening start. And here are the very confident looking the Blue Coals of the Indian under-17. The match would be officiated by Tejas Nagvenka, the FIFA referee. He was officiating the last day and did pretty much well. Sahil Punia is one. Keep an eye on this keeper. He was also excellent. And we have a couple of good players here. Lalpek Lua, Ganti didn't score. He can score goals because in the qualification he did so. The teams are lining up, and again, today it's going to be great reaction expected from the Uzbekistan under-17. They wouldn't take it, the beating lying down, because they need to react. They are number 10th on the Asian rank and number 77 in the FIFA world ranking. And Indians, 106 and 10th in Asia. But again, great vision by the All India Football Federation to reach the top 4 in the Asian continent. And let me tell you, this 2023 Under-17 Asian Cup is going to be so very important because the top 4 teams automatically qualify for the FIFA World Cup. So that's going to be very, very important. And here are all the officials being introduced to the players, and they should be happy today. Last day we had Dr. Shaji Prabhakaran, and there's Valenka Alemao also accompanying. She is one who's, again, doing yeoman's service for the women's football in India, and he's been total resurgence because it is pan-Indian and development at all the levels. starting from the youth level till the senior side. But these boys, keep an eye, they are going to create a lot of ripples in the Asian circuit because they have done so very well in the last match. So they're all lined up and we are ready for the national anthem.
For the national anthem of Uzbekistan. The national anthem of India.
So always the national anthem gives you so many goosebumps, and the brilliant exhibition of the beautiful game of soccer the other afternoon rather, also gave you so much of goosebump. I'm Pallab Basmalik. Alongside me on the commentary area is Bashir Ghosh to take you through with the match.
Well, good evening and welcome everyone. It cannot get bigger than this for these young lads wearing the blue jerseys with pride and representing the nation at the biggest level. And this is the preparations before the Asian Cup, and they have qualified for the Asian Cup 2023, which will be held later in the year, and they'll be looking to make a name for themselves and the nation and hold the flag high in the Asian Cup.
Of course, the All India Football Federation officials here, Dr. Shaji Prabhakaran, has taken a lot of interest. So does the President, Kalyan Chaube, and Valen Kalamau, and even the entire footballing fraternity. And this is one of the greatest footballing hubs in India, of course, besides Kerala or the Northeast or even the West Bengal. So these are all set, and these boys mostly from the Northeast. And this has got a brilliant batch, let me tell you, because Bibiano Fernandez has coached the under-16 national side, and he won the SAF under-15 championship in 2017 and 19. The under-16 side also reached the AFC under-16 championship 2018 and eventually losing to South Korea in the quarter-final. And he is regarded as one of the best coaches in the... And the two captains, side of... And the match officials, the huddle again from the White Wolves. Of course, the other wolf in the English Premier League, the Wolverhampton. This is Tejas Nagvenka, the FIFA referee. He has officiated in the AFC qualifying, AFC Cup, as well as the qualification for the Olympics. These are the batch. Keep an eye on them. They are going to be your future Baichung Bhutias, the Sunil Chetris, and of course the Gurpreet Singh Sandhus. And these are also excellent batch of boys, but not everyone. The one who has played in the CAFA under-16 championship, which they eventually become a runner-up, also has qualified for the Olympics. And these are also excellent batch of boys, but not everyone. The one who has played in the CAFA under-16 championship, which they eventually become a runner-up, also has qualified for the Olympics. And these are also excellent batch of boys, but not everyone. The one who has played in the CAFA under-16 championship, which they eventually this Uzbekistan side, they are not travelling. So the coach, Jamaluddin Rakhmatulayev, has brought in some new crop of boys, and they have talents in abundance.
Well, that is what friendlies are for, and they are also preparing for the AFC Asian Cup Uzbekistan under-17. They have qualified as the group toppers in Group J during the qualification campaign, and this is their chance to experiment things. They haven't got a great run in friendlies, but then these are the stages where you experiment and make sure your team is set for the big competitions.
And who can forget that 14-0 drubbing of the Brunei Darussalam side, where each one of the attackers had scored, but they were also thrashed by the Russian under-17 when they played an international friendly on 19th November 2022, and that was at the Lokomotiv Stadium. And the Russian under-17 beat them. But these are the side from the Central Asia, and again they have got a lot of Russian influence and a lot of players also playing in the world stage. Here goes the whistle. Into white, the Uzbekistan under-17 would be attacking from the left to the right of your screen, and of course the blue coals who are rearing to go on the other side defending.
The future Blue Tigers here with the young guns. The under-17s are ready for another battle. What a big victory last time around, and tell you what, it is just a friendly in a name. This game is more than that. Emotions and pride attached.
Lovely ball set in. Oh, that could have been dangerous. What a good push from that particular angle. Urman he sneaked in into the Indian defensive area. This is where they have to be careful.
Well, they have to be very, very careful. Lucky escape in the first minute already. And the defense, which has been very solid in the last match, needs to be careful and not complacent.
Yes, the two central defenders looked excellent, in excellent form. This Suraj and, of course, Manjot Singh Dhami, the boy from Punjab. And Sahil Punia, the keeper, who is from Haryana. So now these boys wouldn't let the foot off the pedal, because they would try and push Indians on the counter. And that is, of course, the goal scorer in the last match. He's just 15. Lalfekluwa from Mizoram.
It reminds of the big name you spoke about last day around as well. They pushed on behind. And that's a free kick in favor of India. They have to just calm down and get hold of things and make sure they do not look nervy in the early stages. And for that, they need to keep possession early on.
Asselbeck, Ninamov. He has the habit of leaving his line, and that is straight onto him. Quite a regulation catch for him.
Well, not troubling the Uzbekistan defense, but the first priority of Bibiano Fernandes will be to make sure that his clean sheet remains intact. That was wonderful work last time around.
Again, a good touch from Urman, and that is again Raimov. Good setup. Urman challenged there. Ashish. Space on the left. Getting whipping across. Lines it up on the right foot. The angle blocked. Once again, Abriev. He's being challenged by Ricky Mitay. He's done extremely well in the last game as well. The Indian back four was solid.
Well, that is where the change has come for India. Look at that block and defensive work once again. He tried to get back on the ball. The commitment in these young boys is incredible.
Yes, you have to keep an eye on them, and you have to groom these talents. And the Thailand tournament in May 2023 is going to be a real test for Bibiano Fernandes, because India would be up against all the teams which are much ahead of them in the FIFA ranking. But these boys are undaunted. They can fight.
The most positive part about these young lads is they are not scared about anything. No matter who is up against them, whoever the opponents, the positive change is that they know their strengths and they know how to utilize that and make sure they get results in their favor.
Lalpek trying to find his skipper when Lalpek has scored in the last match. This is Balkaran, who is in the starting 11. He came as a substitute in the last match. Balkaran. He is out from the Sri Dashmesh Martial Sports Academy, Punjab. Nimanov trying to slow down things. They have to build up attack because they have to take the initiative. And again, a much more aggressive formation by the coach, Uzbekistan. And Sahil makes a very good stop. He has been excellent in the last match, Sahil Punia.
Well, Indian goalkeepers at various age groups, from Dheeraj Singh Murangtham to this lad out here, Sahil.
Again, a good ball, that. Into the area, left foot. Not clinical this time. This is Amir Bek Saidov. He was the top scorer in the CAFA Under-16 Championship for Uzbekistan. Scored 7 goals. And this is the man, Bibiano Fernandes. Is just 46. And a lot depends on him, how he can take things forward. A midfielder of his own time. Played in different clubs. Churchill Brothers, Tempo, Vasco, France, Sporting Club de Goa, even East Bengal. And also donned the national colours. Remov.
That's a free kick, and as you were rightly saying, Uzbekistan will come out all guns blazing here today, because the team who have scored 17 goals in 2 games of the Asian Cup qualifiers haven't been able to score against India in the last game, and that'll be hurting them, and they'll be looking and seeking for revenge. But the blue Colts will be ready for the challenge.
Ashish, little two away. Balkaran goes for the challenge, and again always blocked by Bekrouj Zhumatov. These two wing backs are always attacking.
There was a solid tackle, took a touch of a blue shirt probably, and that is why it's a throw-in in favour of Uzbekistan. And talking about the interesting names in the Indian side, well, many of them, well, to be honest, 11 of them.
Again, chance here building up. A lot of pressure put by the Uzbek under-17. These Colts are also ready to go.
There's the chance once again. They're getting into dangerous positions early on, and India need to be aware. Cleared away there by Suraj Singh. He has been solid at the back along with Manjot.
Movement from the right again, little space offered. And Mukhtarov didn't do that well. And falling back was Lalfeklua. He can cover a lot of space and got tremendous footwork.
Well, India facing the heat early on from Uzbekistan. If they can manage to escape the first 10 minutes of the heat, maybe we can see a positive result once again.
Even that's the way they started the other match on 22nd. That was an afternoon match. This late evening match gives them little advantage. Header! But good block by the Blue Colts defenders. You're talking about the Indian goalkeepers. We had so many. Even the All India Football Federation president is a national footballer, Kalyan Chaubey, and that's Jamaluddin Rahmatullah. He has a point or two to prove. That flag kick delivered in the right area, but finally cleared. Still a lot of pressure. Could be a chance for counter move. And what impressed me, you know, in the last match, the Indians attacked with great vengeance, and they were so quick on the break. Abriev. He finds a white shirt. Cleared away. Moving from the middle and left footer. That is still climbing. Oybek Urmanjonov.
Well, he had to go for that shot. They were threatening inside the box, but not able to find spaces to shoot. And that's where the commitment we were talking about. 3 players blocking the previous shot, and finally they go with the long ranger. Well, nowhere near target, but even if it was, I'm not sure if Sahil would have been troubled. He loves to save those.
Van Lilpeka onto Lalfeklua. But he loses that ball and could be dangerous. Moving in numbers, 3-4 white shirts. Mukhtarov, Urmanjonev, he lines it up on the left foot. Took a tumble, but the referee says play on, and chance for a quick counter. This is the skipper. Becker, that touch was little too farther, because there were also Koru and Kante moving in.
Well, it was clever, a very clever move. He tried to curl it towards the path of Kante, just not finding the perfect execution, but bright and quick in the counter-attack. That is what you were speaking about a while ago in the previous game as well.
Again, good movement there. From the right, they're always pressing. That is the way they started in the last match. Again, the Indian skipper right now is Manjot Singh Dhami from Punjab. He's leading the defense. He's backed it so well.
He's been promoted as the captain today, and he'll be happy and doing his role even better. Hopefully, the Indian formation slightly changed, but they maintain their shape so well, not allowing anything for Uzbekistan, even though their attacking has been great so far, better than the previous game.
Again, good long ball, but not finding little leeway there. 4-2-3-1 is little defensive formation with the two holding midfielders. The number 6 roles played by Danimite and, of course, Ashish. Oh, great setup. Again, Vanlal Pekka.
Well, the offside flag was up, but once again, how quickly the transition from defense to attack from the Indian team. Very good to see.
That is what has impressed the onlookers, and what great fitness this side is. So Bibiano Fernandes would try and give as much game time to all the boys here. Again, header from Dhami. Not too perfect. Giving away throw-ins. He has come in. Started Balkaran.
Well, they're not taking any risks at the moment, seeing what Uzbekistan brings on, and then maybe they'll go for attack.
Saidov looking for space. Doesn't get his angle correct. Went almost as far as the byline. With just what 10 minutes of play gone. Still no goal here at Tilak Maidan. And this is going to be a massive game for the Blue Coats. Should they hold on or get a victory again? Pressure. Oh, great turn. Abriev towards the far post. Mukhtarov doesn't get it. Ball cleared away. They're putting up a lot of pressure, but again, the combination play is not perfect.
Well, Balkaran has been getting the better of their right winger on almost every occasion so far. The slight tackle which gave away the corner was so perfectly executed.
Again, Saidov! Saidov! Oh, great block, Sahel! And look at the numbers, how the Indians blocked finally. The entire goal post was open. And what a great move there by the Uzbek boys, and brilliant work, the defensive work by the Indian defenders again. Sahel, Suraj putting under pressure. Counter move, India. Lalpek Luwa. Oh, he's next in, and that should have been just a simple tap in for India. Failing to get that. That was Koro Singh.
Wow, this is an exhibition from these young guns of the Blue Tigers. Well, from defense to attack, from saving the goal by Sahil to creating a chance of their own, almost getting the first. This is football at its best from India.
Of course, and that is Koro Singh. He is already impressed. 2 assists in the last match. But he was marked well by Shukur Live. Indians, again, coming so good on the counter. Just about 2.5 minutes gone. The keeper is down, Asselbeck, Numanov. So this is going to be end-to-end stuff, and gradually as things progress. It's still humid here in Goa. One of the best beach destinations of the world. We have so many lovely beaches, and this is the skipper. He should have got his name on the score sheet.
Well, there you see the replay. Mistake from the defense slightly, but how quickly was Sahil out of his lines, and then look at the right side. Quickly closed down by Manjot Singh, and even Ricky Mite was on the line to save it on the rebound. Suraj with the mistake, and the defense entire team behind that to cover up.
Well, Saido played through the legs of Suraj. So this is the area where they should be careful. The corner kick. Pekka, chance for a header. And that would have gone anywhere. But finally the keeper makes a collection. So the Indians pressing. The attacks are gradually increasing in intensity. Scoreline, Uzbekistan 0, India 0. And these are the under-17 brilliant batch of the boys. Again, from the right, Mukhtarov. He brings in Urmanjanov. Ashish in challenge. Whipping that cross. Still some space there. Abriev. He goes wide. Oh, good turn. And again, chance there. That could have gone in. Mukhtarov, what a great turn that from Albriev. He created all.
Well, seems to be a corner given. And what a chance for Uzbekistan. Chances after chances flowing. And this is not what Bibiano should allow to continue. But Sahil had the near post covered. Even though that's not predictable. It's a goal kick.
Of course, because there was no touch by the Indian defenders. But again, these white shirts are coming in numbers, swinging their body forward. This is where they have to be careful. Ulman Zhanev, he also was trying to line up. His shooting angle blocked. Indians challenging. Physically, they're more strong. The White Wolves. The referee blows up.
A soft one. It was getting clumsy in the midfield and the free kick goes in favour of India. There we see just a step on Lalpek Lua.
Lalpek Lua is also from Mizoram, like his famous predecessor, who has done so very well in each level that he has played for India. Starting from the age group till the senior side. JJ I'm talking about. So first quarter gone, still no goal. Little clumsy defending there. Once again, pressure being put on by the Indians. Olimov. And what a great chance India got. Koru could have got his name on the score sheet. Sure was Saidov and Mukhtarov.
Well, very surprising the fact that Uzbekistan has been more dominating in attack, but India have still managed to create 2 or 3 open chances in front of goal.
Because they're having most of the touches. But the defining moves have been made by the Blue Coats. This is absolutely without any planning. The Indians have done also so very well. And here's the officials watching as intensely as you are watching. Because this is the future of the Indian football. And everybody is looking for that 2023 Under-17 Asian Cup to be held in Thailand, where already India is qualified as one of the best runner-ups. But they did so very well, except losing that final match to Saudi Arabia. And here's a scoreline. Still no goal. He manages to keep onside. Great ball. Should be a finish. Didn't get the best of touches again. Moving in from the right. That also could have gone in. So great pressure by the Indian boys. That is quite a heavy touch. Straight onto Sahil Punia. It should have been finished, the last movement.
Well, it should have been slight lack of communication and also got stuck and stumbled while making the run. But tell you what, it was Ricky Mete on the overlap with that shot eventually. And who was tracking back? It was Koro Singh, who immediately went back to defense.
And that is how the transition happens. And so much of good support, interplay, deft touches. So this is exquisite banter football that these Colts are dishing out. Excellent stuff.
Well, talking about India's performance in the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers, they have won 3 of their 4 matches. The only one which they lost, as you said, was against Saudi Arabia under 17s. But 3 convincing wins against Kuwait, Myanmar and Maldives. And they've scored more than 3 in each game.
Of course, managed 2 clean sheets. Attack here. Uzbekistan should be cleared away. Balkaran. Lalpek Lua. Good challenge again from Remov. He is covering a lot of space. This central defender again. Moving into very good position. Zumatov, the right wing back.
Well, they're being forced to cover a lot of spaces. And that is because they're pushing their team to attack, and which is leaving gaps in defense, which is being capitalized by Bibiano's boys. And that is why they are having to work so hard. And there's the challenge once again. He was hurt on the occasion. Zumatov.
Bekrouj, Zumatov in some amount of pain, some niggle. Indians did so well. The first match, they got the better of Maldives. 5 goals to 0. Kwite, Fanai, Aman, Bobby and Oinam scored. And against Kwet, Gangte scored a brace and Koru had a name on the score sheet. And they beat Myanmar. They conceded 1 goal but scored 4. And both Van Lalpeka Kwete and Tang Lunsen Gangte both scored a brace. So that was a 4-1 victory. India scored 13 goals and conceded just 3. So everybody is so very expectant. They want the side to do well, and which India should do because they have a time to prepare. The roadmap is being readied by Bibiano Fernandes.
The roadmap is just not to Asia but to the World Cups as well. The top 4 teams of the AFC Asian Cup will also go directly to the Under-17 World Cups. And talking about scoring goals, the good part has been they've scored in almost every match. Even the match they lost against Saudi Arabia, they conceded 2, but they scored 1 as well.
Yeah, that was a added time goal, injury time in the second half. Dying minutes. Tanglan Sun Gangte, he scored 1. And for Saudi, it was Talal Abu Bakr who scored in the 21st minute and a second half penalty. Balkaran. Indians will try and put some pressure now. The passing has to be accurate. They have to hold the ball because they're playing with a 4-2-3-1 formation. And the 2 number 6s have to play a little more role. Oh, good turn again. Trying to beat the defense there. Indians are very subtle in their passing. Again, little pressure. Indians have to move up, hold the ball. Should have more number of touches as well.
Well, the midfield battle has been in favour of Uzbekistan, even though India have more numbers in the midfield. That seems to be a fouler indeed. A kick from behind on Danny.
Ashish is a little injured. He didn't get his the right foot correct.
Well, pardon me. It was Ashish on the ground, and him and Danny have to win the midfield battles and make sure India have more of the ball and create from midfield. A few free kicks and throw-ins going in India's favour.
Manjot, good long ball. Shukur Live shouldn't allow space to Koru. He wins a throw-in. He's just about midway in the first half. Still no goal. There should be more pressure from the White Wolves. The Uzbekistan side lost the last match. 0-2 to India. That was a little wild. Have to plan it. And the coach wants all the defense players to be in right shape.
The finishing needs to be more brushed up even though it's coming. And that is why the friendlies are before the main tournaments. And tell you what, this is the time when India will be looking to pounce on their chances.
Rather too long there. Once again, no chance for Mukhtarov. He had a absolute sitter. He missed that. And again, knowing that the pass was not correct. Little apology from Olimov. Indians should put a lot of pressure. At the moment, they're sitting slightly deep down and defending. Because these Uzbek boys are coming in numbers, they're throwing their body in the box. Balkaran. Good setup. Once again, that one retrieved, but that should be quite a regular save for Sahil Punia.
Where Amir Bek side off, he's having a tough time out here. Even though what he's trying to do today is just laid back for his attackers to create some space.
That is number 9. Kante didn't have a good match. He was replaced in the second half. And today the number 10 role being played by Van Lalpeka Guite. His chance for a counter move. Space on the right. Koro. He's got the speed. He will control it. This boy from Manipur. Oh, great touch there. And finally, that was not passed in the right area. He's always reminded of the great predecessor, Udanta Singh, the way he moves in. And that's again cleared by Suraj. Little end-to-end stuff. Again, movement from the right. That's lifted. Abriev. He was trying to sneak it through the far post. He's not on the mark.
Well, almost half a shot, half across. He had to run a long way to exploit the space left by Ricky Mete. He went on the overlap, which he's doing time and again. Loves to attack this lad. And what about that for a skill from Karo Singh? These lads have the technicality as well. And tell you what, the question marks which were laid on technique, this Indian team, young but very, very technical, have the quality.
Lalfeklua and Balkaran working in tandem on the left channel, and that's been great work by them. And again, Raimov has to cover a lot of area to control. Referee plays, allows play, and does he take a dive? He's amused, Tejas Nagvenka. That was softest of contact.
Well, there was contact, I believe, and it was outside the box. He wasn't actually appealing for a penalty. I'm not sure whom the yellow card has gone towards. Shouldn't be Lalfeklua.
That's what the referee worked up to. Yes, of course, the confirmation. Lalfeklua for taking that dive. So they're learning a trick or two. These boys would gradually mature as they have more game time, more matches to play. And again, of course, against the teams who are seeded much above India. Back to Sahil. He's been unbeaten so far in these international friendly against Uzbekistan. Was beaten by the United Arab Emirates under-20 side just by 1 goal. They fought so well. Again, the finishing was not so good. That's what Bibiano has to work on. Olimov. Move building up. Little header. Flick on. Pressure again. Urmanjonev. Good challenge. Danimite is covering a lot of space there in the midfield. Hard-working media. Chance for a build-up for India. Space on the left. Lalfeklua, a good first touch. Into the area. Eludes that challenge. Sending across, but doesn't find a blue shirt.
Well, he had to elude that challenge, didn't he? Didn't want to go into the books once again for diving. But it was inside the penalty box this time. And that was a positive move from India.
Ashish. And Danny Mite also covering a lot of space. Ricky Mite, he had a brilliant game the other day. So these boys were a little travel worry. But they have got a little time to rejuvenate, reorganize, put on their thinking hats, and should be doing well. But India doing extremely well, let me tell you. This is about 27 minutes in the first half. Except 2 chances coming Uzbek way. The Indian defense still looking solid. Pressure again. Urmanjonev. Good turn. Lovely footwork. He should be challenged. Again from behind. Koru.
Well, there were 3 players trying to steal the ball from him. And that is why the foul has been given. Eventually knocks from Koro and brought down illegally. And that's a dangerous position to give away a free kick.
Yes, because Oibeka Urmanjonev has got lovely footwork. And he's the best ball carrier in this Uzbekistan side. The one that has travelled to the Indian shore. Again, they would be doing extremely well. Confirmation, Suraj Kumar Singh. His name has gone into the referee's book for some challenge before. The draw for the AFC Under-17 Asian Cup to take place on 30th of March in Bangkok. Oh, there was little deflection. Sahil had it covered, the near post.
He always has it covered. His reflexes are sharp, positioning is good, and that's where technicality comes into play. Quality young players. Sahil arranged his wall accordingly as well, and now a corner for Uzbekistan.
Abriev, he's ready. He can deliver in very good areas. Kovanjbek, Abriev, this is not good. rather short and the trajectory was low. Indian defenders finding it easy to clear out of harm's way. Scoreline, Uzbekistan under 17 nil, India under 17 nil. And we are approaching the half an hour mark here. These Uzbek boys get back to the country. Again, prepare for a tournament coming up for them. It's called Development Cup, which will be held in Belarus from 5th February to 11th. A long ranger! Quite a regular save for Sahil Punia.
A routine save for Sahil. And tell you what, if this continues the same way, even though you might be wondering that Uzbekistan is doing majority of the attacks, but this will gradually get frustrating for the Uzbek team, because even after so much attacking, they have not brought a scratch on the Indian team. Their faces, their attitude, their temperament, they do not look at all nervous and shaken. Instead, every time they have the ball, they straight away go into attack as if nothing happened.
Now again, bit of pressure, good interplay. The Uzbek boys winning back the ball too early. Abriev attacking from the left wing into the area, trying to sneak that pass in. Shukurlaev is also moving into very good position, this left lateral back.
Well, there's the block by Ashish, tracking back all of the players, 11 of them involved, their contributions. Another corner.
That's against the wind. Little clumsy challenge. Again, trying that back volley, not the proper connection. And Sahil should be beaten. I mean, Beksaidov is not in his true colors, of course. So is the Indian number 9. That is Thanglulsun Kangte, who can score goals. And he has scored in numbers. But even in the last match, he was a little off color.
Well, talking about Amir Beksaidov, he's looking like a lone man up front. Most of the attacks have been blocked by the Indian defense before reaching the number 9 of Uzbekistan. But Kangte will be looking for his chances. Maybe if he can get a goal in the first half.
Playing it from the middle. Abdullayev. Back to Nimanov. The Indian starting 11 has 5 players from Manipur. So again, the Northeast truly feeding the best of talents. And Indians have a lot of them waiting in the pipeline. And the Federation also doing so well, working at the stage from the baby league to the senior level. You have the elite under-17 tournament also underway. The under-16 and under-17 sides preparing. So it's great vision again, and it is a sort of a holistic approach. And Emin, the women's football is also having a shot in arm.
And gradually with these efforts at the youth level, you'll see players from different states coming up, even though there are a good mix from different states, but gradually more will come up and the competition for selection in the national team will get tougher. A headache for the head coaches, but a good news for the Indian fans and Indian football.
And of course, why not? You're a country of 140 crores and counting. Again, chance for the Indian, but the referee had blown. Tejas Nagvenka. Little pressure there on Olimov.
Well, few of the decisions in the final third has gone in favor of Uzbekistan there. Look at that. Well, nothing much on that from Kangte, even though he swinged his arm, which is why the foul was given.
And this country, a part of Central Asia, was with the Soviet Union. They have a population of 3.6 crores. Just slightly more than a state of India, Assam, and little less than Jharkhand.
Watching it closely was Bolkaran once again, and that was sharp turn, no foul given. Lalpik Lua down to the ground.
Again, good ball that, looping, that brought in Abriev. He couldn't capitalize, acknowledges the pass. That was a little transfield, switching from the right to the left. This is what they do, but Indians doing extremely well. The transition from their attacking to the defending has been brilliant.
Well, Uzbekistan are having a problem to operate their right channel. That is because Balkaran has been very, very solid.
Van Pekka, he's moving. But again, look at the number of white shirts. They're defending in numbers. Quick on the counter. Urman Zhonev. Van Pekka had fallen back. Ashish finally clears. Danger not averted. Urman Zhonev brings in Abriev. They're combining so well on the left axis. Little on to Mukhtarov. He manages to control it.
Similar idea, very predictable. He was looking for that on the previous occasion as well. A brave, here you go once again with the attempted cross towards Mukhtarov.
The days have changed. You talk about the under-17, the Indian records. The record book can give you some of the biggest defeats. We'll talk about that. But this is a glory day. Van Pekka Guite tries to switch it to Koro. He gets that. Not a very good challenge by the Uzbek defenders. Rekimete eluding Abriev. Goes over the touchline. Looks up at the referee.
Well, that was a smart positioning initially by Koro. And then some trickery from Ricky Mete. Slipped over the ball, more than a foul.
Could be a little dew factor here. We're gradually deep into the night. The Uzbek under-17 trying to salvage some prestige. Again, caught there. Talking about the biggest defeats, India, the under-17, they lost 0-8 to Uzbekistan, 5th of October 2011. That was in Tashkent, the capital city of Uzbekistan. So gone are the days. Now Indians can look up. They can challenge any mighty side from Asia. Peklua.
This is a very different looking Indian side.
Again, pressure. Saidov. He would try and get his name on the score sheet. But Balkaran push there. Of course the referee should be blowing.
Well, forced to go wide was Amirbek Saidov. And once again, defending there, Balkaran Singh. Solid. Look at that push on him. Covered it well. Knew the challenge was coming. Nothing more Saidov could have done there.
Not much elbow room being allowed to the White Wolves, the attackers. Though they're throwing their bodies in numbers. But still not so very effective. And their finishing has not been clinical. Even the Indians would have done well had they managed to have a little better finishing. Again, Remov setting up. Urban Zhonev. He swiped flank. He's got a brilliant left foot. Mukhtarov. Cross. Chance for a lineup. But what a great interception, Manjot Singh Dhame. The central defenders had a brilliant game even the last match. Here's Thanglan Soon Kongte. Again, moving from the right. Today, Koro is not in his colors. He's the one who can create real danger. Moving from the right channel.
But talking about that piece of defensive work, the presence of mind has been excellent. We'll talk about that after this attack.
India through the middle. Landing up that left footer. Took a little deflection. But then Numanov had it covered. He's not happy with his defenders. That was Ashish, the holding midfielder. He's been doing pretty well in the last match as well. He's with the Round Glass Punjab Academy. This boy from Manipur, Ashish.
Well, what Numanov was not happy about is that he was allowed the space to shoot. And the defenders were not expecting the shot, tell you what.
Quick attack it again. Sahil. Oh, he's being challenged. He's not too happy. He's complaining. And both may have been injured in the process.
Well, that was commitment and almost a wrestling match there between the two. And one was more committed to that. But tell you what, in these kind of situations, of course, you would expect the goalkeepers to get the advantage.
Yes, of course, was that freestyle or the Greco-Roman?
Well, we'll take away some time and some venom. Hopefully, Sahil is all right. And I was talking about the sense The sense of positioning has been excellent even when they are waiting for the second balls, and on that occasion he read the pass and cleared it away from the defense, which created the attack. So the positioning sense each time when they do not have the ball has been brilliant, which people often fail to notice, the off-the-ball movements and awareness, which you can say.
Little water break for both the sides. It's still very humid late in the night. India has scored a couple of goals in the last match. Both are brilliant. We'll look at that. Look at the way Koru set it up, and Van Lelpeka Guite just had to put a simple tap in.
Talking about being in the right place at the right time, that was an example, and there's the second goal.
That was a great dummy again from Thanglan Sulkante. And the finish of Lalfeklua kept his cool composure. The first touch took the defender away and just sneaked into the far post. Two great and quality finish.
Reminds of the finishing of the great JJ Lalfeklua. Inside the box, you give him an invitation, he scores, and that was such a finish.
So again, little strategy talks. These boys have not managed to score, and the Indians have done so extremely well to hold on the mighty Uzbek under-17. There are some good Uzbek players right now in the Indian circuit. Mirjalol Koshimov, Sardor Zakunov playing for Neroka. And you have just Zokirov joined in for the Rajasthan United. So these Uzbek players are across the world. Again, good ball set in. Van Lelpeka! That was triggered in. Didn't have the power.
Well, glimpses of brilliance from the Blue Cubs. And in moments like that, you will have your heart beating fast. You know you're close to scoring. You have to keep your patience and convert those chances for the third or fourth time in this game.
Again, you need some moment of magic, some moment of brilliance. You can see them in flashes. The Indian boys, they have so much of talent, so much of heavy touch as well. Even some great players are across the world. You have Eldor Shumurodov also playing for the AS Roma in the Serie A. And these Uzbek players are pretty strong. They have a little bit of Russian influence. And they've got a very strong league, let me tell you. Here's the Indians building up. Tani. There was a lack of planning.
He's looking to spot Lalfeklua on the run. Not quite accurate to find him. But Uzbekistan bench, you could see, were not at all happy with what they have seen.
The three of the strongest clubs in the Uzbek Football League, the Premier League, is of course FC Nasaf, who had beaten the Mariners in the AFC Championship. And of course they have FC Paktakor. They had travelled to India long time back playing in the IFA Shield. With just about 2 minutes and 45 seconds left for the lemon break. Will be some injury time added.
That's wasteful again. They have to do better and not just give away the ball. A 2-0 victory is good enough, of course, but then it cannot be a one-match wonder. They have to continue the same and repeat the heroics once again here against Uzbekistan.
Bibiano Fernandes himself is very consistent with his performance. He would try and infuse that confidence in his boys. Headed out again. You have also some great names. Server Zeparov, the 2008 Asian Footballer of the Year. Attack building up again. Urman Jonev, little behind him. Makes the job easier for the Blue Coals. Lalfeklua loses his balance. On the counter move. From the right. Abriev. Again, a long ranger. That's been blocked and nowhere near the target. The Uzbeks were trying to attack but never have been clinical so far.
Well, they are lacking some class finishing as well today so far. You would expect some team to score after so many attacks, and they'll be disappointed with the performance, and they might be hurt any soon if this continues.
They have been hurt a couple of days back. They should be careful of this boy as well, Lalpek Lua. And also, who can forget the name of Rapsin Irmatov, 5 times Asian referee of the year, and 4 times consecutively, 2008, 9, 10 and 11, and last time 2014. He was one of the Asia's FIFA elite referees as well. Iconic. Oh, he got a touch. Lalpek Lua, should be a flag kick for India. Could be some drama in the dying minutes.
Well, dying minute drama is always good to watch, and especially if it's in the favor of the home team. It's India who have a chance to get on the lead just before half-time.
So that could give you some edge of the seat experience. Van Lalpeka Guita, he's lining up. He's against the wind. Tries a different way. Little short route, but losing out there. Again, Pekka set it up for Van Lalpeka and to, that should be 3 minutes of added time. But straight on to Numanov. That was not clinical because quickly moving was Lalpek Lua, but he was a little clumsy in his controlling.
There seemed to be a touch on the hand which was not given. Play on, say the referee. But once more, they show they have the quality and ability.
So at least 3 minutes of injury time here at Tilak Maidan in Vasco, Goa. India under 17 nil. Uzbekistan under 17 nil. A white shed is down, hitting the deck after that injury. He's got it on the left knee. The Indians have done well, but somehow they gave some little areas to the Uzbek attackers in their defensive third.
They have done well in terms of not conceding, but they haven't done well in terms of maintaining possession and looking the better side. Even though they have shown glimpses of brilliance when they go in attack, they have got the confidence and belief which is needed. But then you need to implement it, have the possession and look like the better team. Of course, not just look, but also create the chances and get the goals.
This is international friendly, so both the coaches can bring in as many number of players, give them game time. We saw a number of substitutions in the last match. There's some curious onlookers, some supporters. And these boys need a lot of support, a lot of grooming. And Mukhtarov, he's being carried away. He is in pain. Can he continue? Doesn't look so.
Well, that doesn't seem to be good, and whichever team a player is playing for, you would not like to see such injuries on the ground, and that might be the end of the game for Mukhtarov. Hopefully he's fine soon.
Zikrulokhan Mukhtarov. Possibly it could be the end for him this night. Tejas Nagvenka. He is watching, having a closer vigil on the players. Amir Beksaidov is having a little conversation with Tejas Nagvenka. He's experienced. Yes, he cannot continue. Not a good sight again. You feel sorry about the boys.
Well, of course, and the substitution has come on as well. Tursunalev is the confirmation.
Tursunalev again can play from a good position. Sahil. He's quite happy collecting that. Tested twice. Made a brilliant save from a point-blank range. Again with the captain's armband. Manjot Singh Dhami. Suraj makes it a little clumsy. And such easy giveaways should be avoided. Ulman Zhonev. Good block again. Indians have to take the ball away from their own defensive third. Cleared once again. A lot of pressure being put by these Uzbek boys. They're desperate to get a goal. Space here again for Lalpek Lua. He has got the speed. He controls. Great left foot. Lining up on the right. to the center, right footer. Again, absolutely off target. That was Vanlal Pekagwite, the number 10 role.
Well, he was the captain in the previous game, got a goal, and he was looking for another here. Got some space in front of him, got the better of the defender, and went for the shot, which was off target.
So 4 minutes added already. Scoreline, Uzbekistan under 17 0. India under 17 0. And India has done extremely well if they maintain the scoreline at the lemon break. Rikimite wins the throw in, and finally Tejas Nagvenka blows the whistle, indicating the end of the first half's play, which haven't produced any goals so far. It was great exhibition of little pressing football. Half-time score here at Tilak Maidan in the international friendly. Uzbekistan under 17 0, India under 17 0. And this is how things transpired here at the international friendly. The second one, Uzbekistan beaten hands down in the last match. Indians were attacking. Lalpeklua could have got that. Lovely pass sneaked in. And here was a great defensive lapse. And the skipper, Saidov, failed to beat Sahil. And Sahil always ready to challenge the opposition. This was a setup again. The right footer not perfectly Remov. Lalpeklua set up Van Lalpeka. He was wide again, off target. So no goals here at the first 45 minutes of play at Tilak Maidan. Uzbekistan under 17 0, India under 17 0. We will be back with much more and live action. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Tilak Maidan in Goa for the international friendly between the India under-17 and Uzbekistan under-17. There was no goal in the first half, so just wait for an happening half here. Could be a great finish for both the sides. The huddle, Indian boys, they have their eyes set. They have a great vision. And the Uzbekistan side beaten in the last match by a couple of goals would try and salvage a little amount of prestige because they are a stronger side in the Asian circuit. But here the Indians have done extremely well. So could be a really thrilling half in the Tilak Maidan.
Well, it can be and it should be a thrilling half with both teams, who will be coming all guns blazing. Maybe few changes for both the teams, but talking about second half performances, India, even though they haven't scored in the second half in their previous game against Uzbekistan, but they do love to score in the second 45. We'll talk about that once we start with the game, about their performances in the Asian Cup qualifiers.
There was one forced change in the first half for the White Wolves. Again, Mukhtarov, he went out injured, and Tusun Aliyev had come in. Resumption of the second session, the Blue Coals, the Indians attacking from the left to the right of your screen, and defending the other end are the Uzbekistan side. Shukurlayev, the defensive shape has to be maintained, both the sides. And again, a lot of pressure on Olimov and Abdullayev, because they know that the Indians have a beautiful footwork. They can operate in speed and style as well.
There's some amount of class and elegance when these Indian youngsters play with those tricks and skills. You generally would expect Brazil and those kind of team, Spain, to show those touches and skills and tricks. But here, it's a different story when the youngsters of Indian football take on the pitch.
Ricky Mitai, this is one talent again, coming up from Manipur. One of the very good wing backs. This crop of Indian boys are excellent, trust me. And again, this coach Jamaluddin Rahmatullayev knows that the Indians wouldn't allow anything. You have to fight on to get a victory. Ricky. Good chest trap. To the right, Van Lelpeka. He's cross-blocked his challenge.
Well, I was saying about the performances in second half in the Asian Cup qualifiers. India were 2-0 up against Maldives at halftime, and they scored 3 more in the second half against Kuwait. A similar story. They scored 1 in the first half and then 2 in the second.
Balkiran joins the attack. Challenge there again by Bekruz Zhumatov. Ashish, he's been doing quite well in the number 6 role, because Viviano Fernandes has gone with a 4-2-3-1 formation. It's fluid. At times the wide players, the wingers also falling back in support. Koru, he can cover a lot of ground. Lovely work ethics. Balkiran, header. But again, as we mentioned, like in the first game, Thanglal Gante, the number 9, is still not performing well. This is Koru I was talking about.
Well, he was fouled, pulled from behind by the number 8.
He's got lovely turn, no? And always can deceive his opposition with those lovely swerves. Can wriggle past. Chance for India. Attack building up from the left. And finally, taking no chance whatsoever was Olimov. Clearing out of harm's way. 2 of the players injured in the collision. And one is, of course, Dilshad Abdullayev.
Well, much needed clearance, and there was a hand from Balkaran. That is why he went down. Wasn't a foul though. Just the way he jumped up using his hands. And that will be a corner for India, I believe. And that was once again dangerous. And you were saying about Karo and his intelligence. He actually didn't go for the challenge on the ball and waited for it to come. He read where the second ball was going to come. And then he managed to shield it and earn the free kick from which they created this attack.
Indian boys have to win those second and third balls, especially in the attacking areas. Again, it was so great that the Secretary General of All India Football Federation, Dr. Saji Prabhakaran, was there to be introduced to the players before the start of the match. This flag kick results into nothing. Indians have to be a little more clinical. A card being flashed by Tejas Nagvenka. Is the thing going to be a little more physical now in the second half?
Well, there has been cards flowing from Tejas Nagvenka. Some of them could have been avoided at this stage, but then, of course, illegal tackles, and that is why.
Kuvanshbek Abriev, his name goes into Tejas Nagvenka's book. He is also operating great from the left channel, can cut back, so Indian defenders have to be a little worried about him.
A chance, not a shooting distance, but at this age, with the rush of blood, you might expect some extraordinary.
Again, long ranger, lack of planning, took a touch from the white shirts, and of course that would be resulting into one more Indian flag kick, and they should do well, though these Uzbek colts are taller than the Indian counterparts.
And one more chance from the corner kick. It'll be Guite to take it. He has been looking very, very lively, and India looks slightly different in the second half. The first 5 minutes in their favor.
Vandal Pekka tries a shorter version. Oh, good turn again. Abriev, good block. Indians have come in number. They have to fall back. Again, Rikimite gets it covered. Good defense, but again, at times, they're all moving up. Little pressure from Koro. And Olimov clears once again. Huge support running for these blue colts. Hashtag back the blues. Koro takes a shot, which is blocked by a Uzbek player who's slightly injured.
That's sharp from the Blue Cubs. The physio will be needed once again because of that block. That was a brave block from Olimov, I believe. Yes, it was him with the block straight to his chest.
Yes, once again we'll have a look at that. But he was careful not to get his hand on the way.
Well, that might be painful, but more lively from India. Koro Singh and Bibiano's players have come out with different motivation in the second 45. They want another win,
which they can try and achieve. Olimov, he should be okay. Again, the Indians, they would be shooting against the wind, and that can at times create little difficulty in the trajectory. Danimite, he delivers one to the near post, but none of the blue shirts there to capitalize. Once again on the follow-up, delivering into the area, but so into the white shirts, still not averted. A lot of space there on the left. Manjot punching that away, but Nunamov. Good delivery. Great thinking by Manjot Singh Dhami.
And Uzbekistan are struggling. Look, that wasn't a bad cross. One-on-one against the keeper, unfairly blocked there by Lalpik Lua. It was the captain Manjot Singh who went up to attack.
Again, Lalpik Lua reached that area, 6 yard, and bit of collation. Asselbeck, Numanov taking no chances. Again, goalkeeper enjoys that freedom. Again, the hashtag is running forward together. Of course, the Indian side is looking up. Oh, good move. Urmanjonev! That is the goal number 1 that the Uzbekistan side was looking for. And this is the reason the coach, Jamaluddin Rakhmatullayev, had brought in Oybek Urmanjonov. He's a change. He didn't start in the last match. And what a great finish he had. Clinical left foot.
Well, they didn't expect the shot. Ricky Mete and Surat Singh allowing him. And this pass created this one touch forward. And the left footer on target. There was slightest of curl involved. And no chance for Sahil. But on any other day, you would expect him to save that.
But what a great assist from Abriev. As mentioned already, Urman Zhonev got that assist from Abriev. What a great goal that. So now there could be some reaction from the Blue Coats. Can they come back from behind? Urman Zhonev, confirmation, 54 minutes. Here's chance for India. That outside little flick. The defender was not deceived.
Well, you wouldn't get better chances than that. It was almost a 4v1 situation and they failed to capitalize. But against the run of play, the first half was totally in Uzbekistan's favor. They could not score. And this half started with India dominating. But Uzbekistan managed to convert their chance.
So could be the repetition of the story. Can India come back? Ricky Mitay allowed space there. Again, that delivered into the area. And Balkaran taking that left footer. Long ranger, little optimistic drive. He had no idea of the woodwork.
Well, maybe Bibiano will be already looking at the bench, or he has planned something. That shot was more rushed than anything by Balkaran.
Balkaran. India have to fight back. Shouldn't allow space. Again, moving into the attacking positions there. Urman Zhonev, the goalkeeper, the goal scorer. Oh, Abriev. Now he wants to score. Overdoes. Again, Mitay clears, but the referee blows. Danny Mitay had been doing a lot of covering, but Ricky Mitay allowed space.
Well, there's the challenge once again. It wasn't initially given, but then maybe he tried to stop the ball, thinking it was a foul, which is why it has finally been given as a free kick. But tell you what, India are attacking more, which means they surely can get a goal here and there. But the problem is, whenever they go in attack, which we are seeing in the second half, they're opening up more spaces in defense.
Again, the shape has to be maintained. Saidov. He scored 7 goals in the CAFA Under-16 Championship, which they were closely runner-up to Iran. Oh, great touch again. Ashish. He's being challenged. Would the card be out? Gentle pat. Scoreline has changed.
Well, they look more charged up now, Uzbekistan. And this will be a test for the Indian team. If they want to perform well at the big level, these are the tests they need to pass. And now they are under question.
Again, the attackings by the Indian boys have to consolidate. They have to bring in more men forward. And today, somewhat Kauru Singh, he's not his usual best. He always can operate from the right. Such speed and vengeance. And Thanglan Sun Kante has been a mere passenger. He's supposed to score the goals, the number 9 for the Blue Coats. Again, good chest trap. Move building up from the middle again. Raymov, good setup. Challenge from Ashish. Trying for that long ranger. Again, sight off into the area, but number of Indian defenders.
Well, that's a card for Manjot. I believe it wasn't. He went for the ball and tried to clear it away, and another unnecessary card there. In the first half, Lal Peklua got one for diving, and now it was Manjot Singh. Well, the referee said it wasn't a fair challenge. I'm not sure.
It looked a safe challenge. He went for the ball, but his name goes into the referee's book. Manjot Singh Dami. This boy from Punjab, very experienced. He's come out of the Sri Dashmesh Martial Sports Academy of Punjab. There's also Balkaran from that same academy. So a lot of players are, again, being scouted by the big clubs, the franchisee sides and the I-League sides as well. Like Sudeva Delhi doing excellent work to pick up those boys. Churchill brothers, here are the people. Churchill Alemao, Valenka, all devoted to the cause of development of Indian football. They've done human service to the Goan football as well. Good set piece for Uzbekistan. They would try and double the lead. That's a goal scorer. Urman left foot, Sahil! What a great block that! And off the ricochet, finally collects. That could have also gone in. That was a sharp, with a lot of power. Chance for a break. Indians would try and attack them.
Well, that's again a sharp save, but if you look at the stark difference of Uzbekistan with the first half, look at that save again. The first time, and on the rebound, that was slightly lucky of Manjot. But to tell you what the difference is, that Uzbekistan right now instead, unlike the first half, they're not going for those passes which they were making, because the Indian team were blocking off the passing spaces. Right now, when they get the ball, they try to move forward with the ball, and that is causing the trouble.
That was a block there from Ashish on Urman and Abriev is finally challenged there by Danimite. This is Abriev who set up that goal. Lovely touch that took the defender away. And Urman Jonev, he's got a clinical left foot. Manjot Singh Dami to the left space again. Lalfek Lua has been a little quiet in this first 15 minutes of the second half. He's always moving. Great sight to have him on the park.
India are attacking more, but have conceded a goal. Will Bibiano go for the changes? And that's sloppy. It will affect the confidence. So they would like to stay unbeaten, which is very, very important for the Blue Minds.
That could really be a shot in the arm, because that Bibiano knows it's going to be very challenging in Thailand come 3rd of May. The 2023 Under-17 Asian Cup. India up against the best talents in Asia. That's pretty heavy. The substitution happening gradually. And that's the way it should be happening. Indians, 2 changes right now with Gurnath Singh coming in. Sashwat also making way. So Ashish and of course the number 9, as we mentioned, that Thanglan Songante was not in his true colours.
Well, if you were watching the senior team, you would love to see a number 11 come on. Can Shashwat Panwar be the savior here for the young guns? And here he is straight away trying to get involved in the mix of things.
This is Shashwat Panwar. And what you're talking about was, of course, the captain, the leader, the legend. And this could be the future Sunil Chetris and the Bachung Bhutias, of course. India down by a goal. That shouldn't take them back to be more defensive. Should again look up. And a goal can give them back all the confidence and do a world of good.
One goal can change things in favor of India. The gates seem to be locked, and once they find the key, goals might just be flowing because they have created chances, but just not the conversion.
Good defending again. Lovely touch. Quick on the ball. This Uzbek boys. Abriev setting up. That is far too long, and again, quite a routine save for Sahil Punia. Beaten once. Quick on the turn was Karu. Trying to go through the right channel. He's not being allowed too much of space. And there's been an individual battle with Bekruz Shukur Live since the last match.
It's still 1-0 in favor of Uzbekistan with that second half goal.
Vandal Pekka can't elude that challenge from Olimov. Gets a throw in the process. Vandal Pekka, lovely turn. Koro attempts a left, right footer. Just off target. Good thinking. Thought he could sneak it through the far post.
Well, he was thinking about that. It wasn't a bad attempt as well. Just didn't dip at the last moment. Instead kept rising. Could have gone for passing options as well. But nonetheless an attempt on goal.
Maybe with time he would learn the techniques of banana kick. or whatever you call a dead leaf kick. That ball dropping in the final moments. These are the things done by the great Cristiano Ronaldo. Again, movement from the right. Ricky Mate. Koro, good setup. Van Lilpeka. Ricky, he should be challenged. And of course, little too wide, little too away.
Slightly a lack of communication between the two there. Van Lilpeka and Ricky Mate on the right hand side, who didn't read that pass.
Little late start. Scoreline: India under 17 0, Uzbekistan under 17 1. And this is what is a great problem. Oh, that should have been finished. A great mistake on the part of Asselbeck Numanov. And this is what he does. He does it so late.
There was a gift on a plate given away by India, and you wouldn't get better chances than that. Such a gift from Numanov. Wasted totally.
He always makes things complicated, this Numanov. And again, Van Lilpeka saw that Abdullahi was closing in. He was targeting the far post. Little defining touch could have got that goal. Pressure. Manjot. Good coverage. Indians under pressure again and again. But again, one thing is, of course, the Uzbeks coming on counter. And they're sitting deep at moment.
There's the foul. Just pull off the shirt and trying to rise on his back. But rightly said, they're going on the counter and almost treating them with their own medicine.
Again, pressure. Turshun alive. Chance for a counter. Can India break? Van Lilpeka inside the area. Poor finish at the end. He's pleading for a flag kick.
Things not working in his favor. Takes a touch of Van Lilpeka at the end and goes out. But tell you what, Jamaluddin is treating Bibiano with his own medicine, and that might be hurtful, and they have already caused pain with one goal.
Now could be some great thinking on the part of Bibiano. But this is one thing the goalkeeping coach should be advising Asselbeck Numanov. He at times make things a little complicated. Good counter move. Saidov. Number of blue shirts blocking his run. Back again. Rimov. Urmanjonev. He's left-footed chip pass. Balkaran didn't do well. Lining up again. And that is the goal number 2 for Uzbekistan. Bit of defensive lapse on the part of Balkaran. He allowed that turn. And what a great finish once again. Abriev, he gets his name on the score sheet. He has assisted in the first.
There was sloppy and clumsy defending. And suddenly the Indian defense seems to be in 6 and 7. So out of nowhere, it's 2-0, and Balkaran has no clue what's happening with him. And then Sahil through the near post. I'm not sure how he got beaten there.
Yes, again, Balkaran just missed the flight. Rather casual left foot out. And Abriev didn't get a good first touch, but somehow managed to keep it from the right to the left. So Kovanchpek, Abriev, he gets his name on the score sheet. So Indians down by a couple of goals here at Tilak Maidan. And again, 67 minutes gone. Needs some good reaction from the Indians. They have to fight back. Remov.
Well, if you keep missing chances like the previous one, you wouldn't really expect to get back on that. And there has been a substitution as well.
Urmanzonev, left footer. Sahil gets the near post covered. The pressure building up. The White Bulls, the tail is up. Got a brace already. Indians have to come out. All guns blazing. Numanov. He was quickly out of his line.
Once again, slightly sloppy from the Uzbek goalkeeper Numanov. But India need to capitalize. And just a word on that, there's the 2-goal cushion now Uzbekistan will enjoy.
Maybe we'll try and capitalize on that. Urmanjonev challenged again by Koro. Quickly building up the attack. Lovely passing. Good interplay. Moving from the left again. Ikrumov. That was not well directed.
Well, he's the substitute. Ikrumov, who has come on, was looking for the far post. But tell you what, 2 pointers to add on. The first, which is a change from the approach by Uzbekistan. They're more interested to run with the ball than pass it around, because India were reading those. So good match reading by Jamaluddin, the head coach of Uzbekistan.
He's done well with his boys.
There's the foul on Lalpik Lua and a free kick for India. And talking about the other pointer, some people always do wonder why the national team plays defensive style and defensive football. That is a clear answer to why. In the first half we saw we were managing our defense well and then going on attack, creating chances. But now in the second half we went on attack and conceded.
Van der Pecker, little away from the far post. It was still climbing. Balkaran had moved in. He allowed the space for that second goal to come. Little clumsy defending.
Jersey number 13.
Change coming up. Karimov.
Is replaced by jersey number 3.
Muhammad Babur Karimov is coming in place of Zhumatov, the right wing back. And they would take as much time as possible.
Not just the time, but they'll test out the bench as well now. They've got a 2-goal lead 70 minutes into the game. They'll test their players. This is the time. They were waiting for almost a revengeful performance for that 2-0 defeat.
Saidov, good ball on the left. To the channel, Abriev, this goal scorer. Just off balance. Here's the deck. Could have controlled that and made a good run.
Well, he just slipped on that occasion. Unfortunate from Abriev. What a goal he has scored. He'll be happy for that.
Oh, Nimanov heads it away out of the box. Once again, Abriev. Now really, no impact made by the 2 Indian substitutes, Gurnaz and Shashwat Panwar. They have to get into the act. Not really catching up with the speed. The Indian boys. Vandal Pekka. Lalveklua wins that ball. Good challenge, but Raimov, this defensive midfielder, he's box to box. Such great work ethic. Oh, that is a great lineup. Danny Mite took a quick left footer. Whisking that, generating a lot of power. That was a grounder. Could have gone into the far post. Great finish would have given India at least 1 goal.
Close, but yet not close is India. It's just not working for the young guns today. What has been the difference from the previous game?
Attack coming up again. Yukubov also moving into good position there. Clear. Danimite back again. He's defending. It's truly a great box-to-box midfielder. And this is Saitov, the skipper.
Who's getting more involved. There was a previous chance, the left footer just wide, and just like the chances of India the entire night has been so close.
So again, these boys need a lot of support, a lot of grooming, a lot of pat on their back. They've done well. Again, Danimite, good interception. Now the defense maintaining the shape, the White Wolves. And there's a substitution, of course, going to happen because the goal scorer, Udman Zhonev, is injured and down.
Well, another substitution. There's the previous chance. Well, it's the replay of why the man is down. There was a hand on his face, not much in that to be given as a foul.
But he's bleeding, and that's what is the problem. The FIFA doesn't allow the players to actively bleed on the park. That's the statute. And Turgan Boyev is going to come in. He's the more experienced of the attackers in this Uzbekistan under-17 side. Has played in the Kafa under-16 tournament, so in the qualifiers.
A sharp second half performance from Uzbekistan. India were trying to go on attack, and didn't capitalize on chances, and that's what you expect to be punished at the back. Bibiano wouldn't be happy, but it's a learning experience and a learning curve going on before the AFC Asian Cup.
But he's the one who's so very consistent, Bibiano Fernandes. He's working so well with the Colts for all these years since Luis Matos left the under-17, the one that played the FIFA World Cup 2017, and those crop of boys have done well. They've all groomed into great talents in playing the franchise football as well and for the national team.
Most of them the future of Indian football. Here's another chance from the right. They're doing all the things right, but just not the finishing.
Danny, Rikimite, again cleared away, pressure, Koru straight away. Beats the offside challenge. Rikimite, left footer. Finally, header. Balkaran was waiting. Good touch. Good nudge. He's coming as a substitute. Not really matching up with the pace of the match. Good nudge. Good challenge. Indians fighting back. Rikimite looking for space, which is not allowed, of course. Urman Jonev is okay. He resumes play. Some good magic spray here. Back again, the first goal scorer. Good cross that. Saidov. He should finish, but great block. But once again, the ricochet gives them the goal. And what a super sub that. Abdul Khamed gets his name in the score sheet. He's just come in. Abdul Khamed, Turganboyev. Sahil made the first change, but the Indian defense was very clumsy.
Not just clumsy, but sloppy as well. Very, very casual. And you expect that to be slotted into the back of the net. And, well, they have suddenly seemed to lose hope and concentration after they conceded the second one. And that's a result. Perfect cross. The first one could have been a goal as well here from Saidov, who isn't quite firing. But doesn't matter. It's 3 for Uzbekistan. They'll be happy with this performance. And quite happy, especially coming back from the 2-0 defeat.
He scored a hat-trick in that 14-0 victory against Brunei Darussalam in that AFC under-17 qualification. He's a great scorer, can score goals from any position. Indians have to be very, very careful. Somehow lost the focus. Koru.
Not just focus, it's about the commitment as well. Somewhere missing in the second 45. And it's mostly casual and individual display in the second half.
Ikramov, good block to Koru. What could be the plan B for Bibiano? They're down by 3 goals. It's gradually becoming a tall difference. Mountain to climb.
There you see just picture of that lack of motivation and commitment in the second half. There was casual receiving from Karo.
So into the final 15 minutes at Tilak Maidan. Could be some added for the stoppages. But Uzbekistan, great reaction. They lost the first match by a couple of goals. Koru. Referee blowing in favor of Uzbekistan. The change coming up. Again for India, it would be Oinam Phoenix. A double change. Also Mukul Panwar to come in. So bringing in the fresh pair of legs as well, giving the bench their desired game time.
Well, Phoenix and Mukul comes on. It's a test, and Bibiano needs to be aware for these kind of situation in the Asian competition. What do you do if this is a knockout competition and you are down by 2 goals? You have to be prepared for every kind of situation.
And of course, you can be guaranteed that you would face the strongest of oppositions. That's a confirmation. Felix is in. Zulfeklu has gone out. Good block there. The defensive shape being maintained. Abdullayev and Olimov. They can pair well at the center of the defense. Vandal Pekka. That was a little heavy touch. Lining up for a very weak shot at the end. The substitute has just come in. Oinam Phoenix.
It was a good run, promising, but the attempt on goal was too weak to trouble Numanov. There's where they have to get the maturity in their gameplay. The decision making always a question mark, and it remains still.
Again, the draw would be very important, which takes place in Bangkok on 30th of March, because the grouping is going to be important. 16 teams vying for that top 4 spot, the semi-final spot, because that's how they reach Peru in the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Urmanjonev and India, of course, have big dreams. Vanlal Pekka. Oh, giveaway. That's a confirmation. The scoreline, Urmanjonev, Abriev and Turgunboyev are the 3 scorers.
And if you want to see those big dreams and convert those dreams to reality, not just those big dreams, your focus should be on converting these small chances in front of goal. And if you can, then you can slowly and gradually progress towards the big dream.
Now, on what Bibiano is going to work out, your composure in front of the goal, which they showed in the last match. Vanlal Pekka Goite and Lolfek Lua kept their cool, getting their goals in the last match. Oh, that pass delivered not to the right area. Danimite losing possession. Rimov. Counter move, building up again. Little slow. They have all the time in the world. Yukubov. Urmanjonev. Onto the substitute. He's already got his name on the score sheet. Good one, sneaked in, but Sahil comes out at the perfect time, and Shukuru Live had moved into from the position of the left wing back.
Well, certainly the change in formation for Bibiano hasn't worked today. The previous game was much different, and here's one more attack from the substitute.
Mukul Panbar to the wrong area once again. Karimov, the substitute. Urmanjonev has fallen back, and he's all over the place, having a great game so far. He didn't start in the last match, so double change again. The keeper being changed for Mamat Kulov is coming in. Numanov should make way. He's played the first match, and coming in is Yurakov. He's Jamshid Yurakov, and this is the keeper. So giving all the possible game time.
Substitution for Team Uzbekistan.
This coach,
Jersey number
Rahmatullayev.
12,
That's not a great sight, to be honest, for the Indian fans. But then tell you what, Uzbekistan in their friendlies before the Asian Cup qualifiers, in the last 5 or 6 of them, they didn't manage to keep a clean sheet, even against India last time around. And this might be their first clean sheet after a long while in friendly competitions.
But still some time for India to pull 1 or 2 back. So it could be great grandstand finish for the Blue Coals. That's what all the supporters are looking for, because they had great display. They're playing with 10 men right now. Danimite, long ball, but didn't make a run from the left, was Phoenix Hoinam.
Well, dropped shoulders is the last thing you would want to see at this young age. And another substitution for both teams.
Actually, everyone on the bench is being given some game time. Here comes in Set Yanov. So almost all the players except the third goalkeeper
substitution for
is
Team
being
India.
allowed to go onto the
Jersey
center
number
of the park.
17, Danny, is replaced by jersey number 16.
Yukubov has
Prachi.
gone out.
Well, and this has to be the chance for India to at least get 1 goal back, at least some joy and some hope for the next games and the competitions coming up. And the draw is also coming up, for all eyes will be on that one. But if this is the performance, you have a package of 2 performances to choose from. What would you choose is the question, and they have to make their minds up of what they will show the fans.
The local boy comes in, Prachit Gaunkar. So again, he had a game time. in the last match. Indians should learn well to fight against adversaries, and they would expect to face a lot at the tournament proper. Again, moving to the right quickly. Gurnaz, substitute, playing from the right wing back role. Sahil beaten thrice. He had a clean sheet the last match. Quick transition, India. That's what they're looking for. Koro, good one. Reke is offside.
Once again, the final third work has been absent, and another substitute coming on for Uzbekistan. And look what Jamaluddin is doing. He's not bringing all the substitution at once. He's also making sure the clock is ticking and taking some time off the clock.
Yes, he's a great tactical man. The central back comes in. He replaces Olimov. Short ball, Diev.
There's the replay of the chance. The cross not at all good, but he was offside as well, so wouldn't have mattered. But one answer Bibiano might have got is that the first half approach and the first match approach was much better than what they're doing right now.
There's always a school of thought that the Indians up against the stronger sides should go defensive, but there's been a great change in attitude from Bibiano Fernandes. These boys can attack. That's what they have shown. Oh, this is absolute howler. Can it be finished? Urmanzonev, and he does equally poor.
That's poor. He delayed the shot. Uzbekistan would have expected another.
The new keeper has the first touch. Mamat Kulov. Little bit of defensive lapses, both the sides. Indians run more, and that's the reason they are trailing. And trailing by 3 goals. Little uphill task for them. Just about 4.5 minutes of regulation time. India can fight back. From the left, Oinam. Can he control? Still holds on. Oinam. To the other substitute. But he finally muffs up thing. India's not doing extremely well. Not so good on the touch.
That was a foul from the substitute Prachit Gaukar from behind, tackling, making sure they do not go into attack. But Uzbekistan, in their qualification campaign, they've beaten South Korea under 17 by 3-2, which is a big thing.
Of course, South Korea has played the FIFA World Cup proper, the senior, and does so well. And you have to face the likes of South Korea, Japan, Iran, teams from the Middle East as well. They're so physically strong. Indians attack building up. Once again, defended well.
Once again, the challenge from behind, slightly unnecessary. The contributions you would expect from Shashwat Panwar has been missing. More of frustration on that challenge.
Bibiano was the head coach when India held Uzbekistan in the 2020 AFC Under-16 Championship, qualifying at Jar Stadium in Uzbek capital, Tashkent. Siddharth scored the opening goal and Uzbeks equalized quite late. That's the substitute who's got this name in the score sheet. Moving into very good position, Turgunboyev, Urmanzonev, both combining well. But this time, just failing to trap onto that. They're making so much quick headway into the Indian defense, so deep. Koro. Back again, Oinam. Koro, he's been set up with a great ball. Keeps in play. But will that be adequate enough to get an equalizer? Not really.
Well, that was well read, and he's on a yellow. He has to be careful. Hopefully wouldn't avoid the card this time in a friendly.
Indians put a truly spirited performance in the first half.
There's the challenge from Manjot again. Almost a physical battle between the two captains, Amir Bek Saitov and Manjot Singh.
Urmanzonev headed out again. Chance for Uzbekistan to increase the tally. Yurakov has also come in, a substitute. Indians pressing, but they're always outnumbered. Look at this move, just 1 against 3.
Another throw in, but more substitutions. Of course, you do not have a limit on these in the international friendlies. That is why they're given. And more players coming on, more time ticking off. Can India at least get one goal back? Which will do a world of good to their confidence at this point of time.
Mirkobilov and Uktamov could be the last of substitutions. That's a confirmation. Shukurlaiv has gone out. Shukurlaiv, of course, played extremely well in the first match. Ricky Mitai attempting a long ranger left footer, but that doesn't beat the substitute keeper, Mamatkulov.
Well, that was individual skills on display from Ricky Mitai, getting the pass back as well and going for the shot. Had the shot been better, we could have talked about that more.
Again, attack building up from the right. Turgunboyev brings into play. Oh, great one, great skill, keeping the ball in play. Setiazanov through the middle. Uktamov, he's coming. He's a skipper. Saidov, can he score one? He's holding on to the ball and taking vital seconds away. Koro. Maybe the last throw of the dice. Good one in. Vanlalpekka Guite. He sets that up. Not the correct trajectory. Again, he saw that number 11 was moving into very good position, but he fails to score again.
There was a better delivery, just not the right run by Shashwat Panwar. Had he been slightly behind, he'll learn with time.
Chance for India. 5 minutes of at least injury time added here. Vanlalpekka far too away. Wasted. And this is also wasted. Rather wild attempt there.
Well, what would you expect the boys to do at this point of time, and what's going on in their minds at this young age? You, of course, do not like to lose the game whenever you step on the pitch. How do you motivate these boys again? And that's always a difficulty when you lose out games.
But again, this is one great teaching that Bibiano Fernandes has to infuse in the boys. The champions always bring out their best in adversaries. Moving from the right again. Ikrumov. He's being challenged by two of the Colts. Again, little clearance from Mukul Panwa. Still holding on. They're very, very confident. Turgunboyev, so confident with the ball as well.
The substitute hasn't looked like he just came on a while ago. It almost looks like he has continued playing the game since a very long while on the pitch.
He even didn't start in the first match. Again, long ranger. Absolutely off target. Ikrumov.
They're enjoying themselves, the Uzbekistan team, right now. They're up by 3, just 4 minutes remaining. Even Miracle can't get 3 goals back unless for more time added.
Manjot Singh Dhami, who got the captain's armband. But the Indian defense, which looked so resolute, so solid in the first match, wilted under pressure. And you have to learn these situations, because in the tournament proper, things would get tough. And as it's always said, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. This tough mentality has to be infused and instilled in these Blue Colts.
Well, rightly so, and that's what Uzbekistan have showed. They came to play away match against India, lost out 2-0 against India, and now the fight back from them. And that's an example you can learn from.
Vanlalpekka, not the best of touches. Not finding a blue shirt. Cleared from the middle. Mirkobilov. Could be the Uzbek side on 22nd. Were a little wary after travelling.
Well, could be, and that's why home match has its own advantages, which we couldn't actually capitalize on in the World Cup qualifiers last time around. Maybe we'll have some better planning this time.
Yurakov spacing out on the right, whipping in across, reaching a wrong player there. Koro. He should be going on. That is set up. A lovely interception once again. Sotvoiliev. He's coming as a central defender, replacing Olimov.
Sometimes it's overweighted, sometimes it's underweighted, but the pass isn't reaching the target man.
Suraj. Good interception. There were little blemishes on the part of the Indian defenders. Gurnaz Grewal. Little forward. Prachit Gaonkar, the local boy. He gets support from Vandal Pekka Guite. This boy from Mizoram is brilliant. Lovely talent. Has to be groomed. Ricky Bite. And again, that is a lovely clearance from Abdullayev.
So once again, the cross is blocked, and Uzbekistan have solidified their defense in the second half and made sure nothing has gone through. And even after more creation, it has been all ending to the white wall of Uzbekistan.
The pairing of Abdullayev and Olimov is too good. Vandal Pekka delivering it into the area. Still chance for India. That was a quick shot attempted, but blocked. Huge traffic in the Uzbek defense. And once again, onto the move. Turgunboyev onto Saidov in the penalty area and just off the far post. The goal still eluding the skipper. And of course, Amirbek Saidov can score goals.
Another escape, and that man will be frustrated, Amirbek Saidov.
Koro. Oh, again, playing that follow-up ball. Putting in wrong area. So at least 5 minutes have been added. At Tilak Maidan in Goa. And Tejas Nagvenka blowing the whistle. So honors even. India won the first match,
Ladies and gentlemen,
beating the Uzbek travelling side under 17 by a couple of goals. But today,
thank you and
the
have a good
Uzbek
night.
under 17 have shown their colours. And they have beaten the Indian side, the Indian Coals, the Blue Coals, by 3-0. That's a full-time score here. Urmanzhanev, Abriev and Turgunboyev got those 3 goals for Uzbekistan. Great performance, but good fight by the Blue Coals as well. Excellent fight in the first session, but somehow the defensive organization was not so good. Here's the story at Tilak Maidan, international friendly. India coming back from that 2-0 victory, but again, it was great performance by Urmanzhanev, and he could have got his name on the score sheet first. Zhimakov, Saidov, great block from Sahil. And this was a little clumsy there. Challenge again. And lining up that right footer. Little long ranger for Raimov. Lalpeklua set it up. Vandal Pekka. He was off target. Again, they were looking for always goals. Manjot Singh Dhami. Good punch away from the keeper, Numanov. And this is how it came. Great touch. Abriev onto Urmanzhanev. And he has started today. Good ploy by the gaffer. And Balkaran's attempt was wild. Vandal Pekka, the easiest chance wasted. Again, little blemish on the part of Balkaran. Allowed Abriev to turn. Though the first touch was not so good, he managed to keep it through the keeper, Sahil. That was the second goal. Again, kept attempting with Dynamite. And this was very, very poor defending. Off the ricochet. Getting that goal was the super sub. Turgunboyev. Just say thank you to that. So great combination play by Urmanzhanev and Abriev, and joining the party was Turgunboyev. The full-time score at the international friendly at Tilak Maidan here. India 0, Uzbekistan 3. Urmanzhanev, Abriev and Turgunboyev, the 3 scorers.